I've got 5. Ready for this? So, the 5 dangers, as I said, you've got mysticism, you've got externalism, emotionalism, judgmentalism, and man-centeredness. So I think as you push down encouraging individuals and corporate to pay attention to not just their affective life, their convictions, their heart, but also to the way they might externalise that. You've got the problems of mysticism. The charismatic Pentecostal movement is very often gone full tilt into mysticism, where the experience of emotion is the way I connect to God, rather than through the word by faith in that word. And so mysticism is a very big danger, and humans are prone to it. You know, external, I can't remember the order I offered, but externalism, which creates judgmentalism, as Ray's saying. So the genuine test of whether I'm a mature Christian is how I look. No. The genuine test of how mature I am as a Christian is, do I seek to obey God on Monday? You know, so for me, the worshipping church, the big evidence for us here, the big measure for us whether we're a worshipping church is whether I'm hearing our 20-year-olds at parties, are they the ones who clean up after the party? You know, are they the ones who meet with the unlovable? Are they the ones who are keeping the marriage bed pure? You know, they're the big tests of the worshipping church. And so the danger is externalism. You turn the evidence of maturity into how you look when you sing, you know, how you move and so on. I might just add, though, on that one, there is one big external that I think is evidence of maturity. And it's worth noting this. The Bible nowhere tells me what to do with my body except for one part of my body, and that's my tongue. And so in the New Testament, I am commanded to sing to one another, making melody in my heart to the Lord. And so I can put on people, if you aren't singing so that I can hear it, there's a maturity issue. It may not be that you don't put your hands up, but you know, there is an externalism, expression of the heart that comes out to us in song that does matter. So mysticism, externalism, which leads to judgmentalism. Man-centeredness, I think there's a problem with man-centeredness in that we end up formulating a way of doing church that's shaped by what people want, not what God wants from us. And so there's the praise and worship movement has nurtured a passion amongst people to have a certain church because they like it that way. We do need to watch man-centeredness too. Rationalism, I think, is a danger too, that we end up reducing the Christian faith to what I think and what I think alone. So there's various dangers that we need to watch.
Now, Andrew, you talk often about the importance.
I throw in deism as well. We've got to watch deism. You know, that there's a God. He's not active in this world. Anyway, so I just want to throw that.
Well, Ray, is it fair to tell me your thoughts on this, Ray? Is it possible that we've got dangers on two sides of the road? You know, that classic, there's two ditches you can fall into. So on one ditch is externalism, mysticism, emotionalism, but on the other side is deism, rationalism, internalisation, where I'm a head on a stick and nothing has to come out. It doesn't matter how I look to others at all. You've got both sides. There's big problems, and pastorally, our task is to keep aware of those two dangers. You know, legalism, license, and navigate between them in a healthy congregational setting.
I think, sorry, Scott, one of the issues people have, I think, they don't want to feel like they're hypocrites, but they don't feel like singing, they don't want to sing, and they haven't learned, you can't avoid, you're either going to be a hypocrite to the purposes of God or a hypocrite to your emotions. And they need to understand, you need to be a hypocrite to your emotions and be true to your convictions. You know, my emotions may right now at this moment I don't feel like singing. I've just had an argument with the wife. I'm in this zone in the gathering, and but I want to be true to my commitment that my conviction that Jesus is worth praising, and the saints are I've been called to edify and build them up. And so
it's good.
I sometimes sometimes because people have got a certain sense of I'll be a hypocrite if I do something that I don't feel like doing, but that we haven't educated them on that distinction. I got it from Larry Crabb years ago, but I found it helpful.
That's good. And the other thing is that one of the things I found very helpful years ago was to meet with people who genuinely loved the Lord, had a different way of singing than I did. And I found their singing hugely encouraging. But then I went back into some context, and the way they sang, it was true. They were doing the right thing. And so love, actually, one of the key features of what we do corporately is to concern ourselves with the way I am in a corporate setting and whether it will help or hinder people. And I do that as a listener. So when I'm sitting listening to preaching, and this is some of the discussions I remember in our team context, to start seeing that externals did make a difference in certain things. So when you listen to preaching, if I as a listener sort of lay back with my eyes closed, I won't help anybody. And so I work hard to look attentive and to have my Bible and do a whole bunch of external things for the sake of people around me and my own sake. Why do when we get to singing, we then cut all of that off and say, don't put externals on us? No, there is a way of loving people around me, and I need to sing, I need to voice and engage and get my hands out of my pocket. I just think there's some externals that I, as a leader, I now no longer sing with my hands in my pocket because I just think it looks like I'm blithely doing an activity that I want to encourage people in rather than discourage. Yeah.